Sometimes I want to run and hide, get the fuck out of my skin and out of my head. Right there. Get me on that plane. If you were gonna run away, if you could do anything, if you could be free, where would you go? What would you do? Where's your freedom place? And what is freedom anyway? From what I've observed, it's definitely not a destination, but a mind state. You know that saying, it doesn't matter where you go, there you are. It's so true. I'm almost in Alaska at this point, and I'm the same guy I was when I was in Austin. One way or another, what you resist and what you push down is going to come up. Whether it's through your behavior or through your emotions, like anger or frustration, it's going to come up. So it's your choice. Are you going to let it fester? You're just going to push it down and let it spring up in crazy, unhealthy ways? Or are you just going to feel it in the moment fully and let it sit and let it move through you? And although I know how to weather the storm, it doesn't make it easier. In some aspects, it can make it harder. Feeling it fully and letting it just move through you sometimes can be brutal. You'll never truly be free unless you are 100% fully okay on the inside. How do you feel on the inside right now? How do you feel when things are going good? And then how do you feel when things aren't going good, when you're not getting what you want? In all those situations, if your inside mood and how you feel shifts, then it's dependent on the outside world and circumstances. In contrast, when you're fully okay inside, it doesn't matter where you are, what you're doing, ups, downs, lows, you're good, grounded, centered in awareness. We are simply observing ourselves, our emotions, our thoughts, ourselves act, and we get a choice. Do we identify with them as they come in and let them carry us away? Or do we note them as simply being there, experiencing them, and letting them go and bringing yourself right back to the moment? Whatever it is that you're doing, like trying to ride a bike and not kill yourself. Huh. That looks like a good place to wallow. Even in one of the most beautiful places in the world, you could still feel like shit some days and be thrown. But I guess that's just part of it. And I swear, it's not because it's overcast. It's just one of those days, man. But why is it so overcast? So what's up, Mike? What's been going on? How has your adventure been lately? Let me tell you. Oh, as far as operations and logistics go, everything's all right, I guess. Yeah, sure, man. All right, I guess. All right, I guess, is eating donuts by herself on a pier. Could be better. We don't know what we're gonna do after this. Money's running low. Honestly, it's like the uncertainty, I think, is killing us both right now. It's making our level of stress or our like tolerance just limit, and so like the little things seem to kind of throw us, and so we're working through that, and that's one thing. So logistically, the uncertainty, we're not really sure what we're going to do next. We don't know where we're going to be held up for the winter, and we're running out of money, so it's like, okay, like our options are pretty limited at that point, and everything's closed, so camping's kind of out of the question, and so yeah, so we're really just kind of like unsure of things. So that right there in itself is pretty stressful. But on top of that, we have the stress of our relationship. Her and I have been struggling for a little bit, and so we're working through some issues, and often we're finding each other opening and closing. So
means is, we'll get frustrated by something, or we'll argue about something, and we won't like finish it out, or we'll just kind of leave it hanging, and we'll close, and we'll get quiet and not really want to be nice to one another and stuff like that. So the typical relationship stuff. But on top of just this lifestyle, it has gotten pretty overwhelming. So we're both struggling through that from an energetic level, and from like a spiritual development, personal growth level. I'm also going through those ups and downs. I have so many things that I'm like surrendering and letting go of and working through, and those are all great, but those come at a price. Those are very difficult to let go of, and so I have my own personal ups and downs and releases and struggles. So it's a lot. It really is a lot. It's hard to understand just how much all that is unless you feel it. And I'm feeling it. These are so good, by the way. But here's one. Shit is not okay. In the last week, I had a propane gas leak, a water leak, and a fuel leak that has saturated some of the wood in the van, and now we just have permanent fuel leak, or just diesel fuel smell throughout the whole van, and we can't use our heater. So yeah, things are great. I'm gonna go get another donut. Oh God, I hope I don't have any boogers. I do not want to reshoot all of this. I've had a lot of experience with this feeling it that I speak of. It's not necessarily a bad thing. Again, it's a part of growth, and in order for us to grow and to move forward in our lives, we have to let go of old habits and old thought habits and ways of thinking and perspectives and beliefs that we used to carry. Letting them go can be really difficult. In a sense, it almost kind of feels like dying. It's like you're shedding part of yourself to grow and to transform into this newer, more accurate and more authentic self, who you are. And that is a messy process. So again, like that right there in itself is tough. Traveling and living in a van is tough. Continuing to grow and to put work into and keep like the pedal down, so to speak, and to not just go into complacency in a relationship is difficult. And then starting a business and trying to, in a sense, like reinvent yourself and start over, and to find a more true path for yourself and do that on your own. Also very difficult. So these are the times right here. This is what has to be done. This is the work that's necessary. What am I really doing out here? What is my ultimate goal? What is all this about? Like, why am I putting myself through all this? And the answer is to get to a place where I can be fully open and fully free to give and share and love, because how do I put this? Because I've gotten a taste of it many times, and when you know something feels right and you know that something is meant for you, you become very definite and you just go for it. And this was one of those things for me. So it may not be like this for other people, I don't know, but for me, in my experience, there's nothing else. So this is what I'm doing. And one of the hardest things too is knowing when you're in a shitty mood and it's affecting your person, the one you love the most, and you just can't do anything about it. It sucks. But that is love, and that's intimacy. And if you're being honest with one another, sometimes you're going to get hurt. And that's what it means to be fully open in a relationship with someone. No matter what is going on inside, no matter how it may make you look or feel, if you don't share it, that's just a part of you that's hiding and being inauthentic, and it's limiting the love there. So I learned not to do that, and to always be sharing and staying open with the one you love, with your partner. But that's like a lifelong thing. It's a lifelong commitment. It's hard to do. Sometimes you don't want to. You want to just do the easy thing and just hold it down, and it never works. It just festers and it comes out. It's shitty. So from now on, it's just, this is how I feel, and that's it. This is reality. Like, it's out there, and how do you feel? And we just kind of let reality be the judge and the predictor of the future in that way. If you like my videos, please subscribe and check out my website, meditationdude.org. Also remember, I am a working life coach, so if you or anyone you know is looking to make any growth or spiritual gains, hit me up. You know where to find me.